We're live, baby. That's what we do, baby. We do this live, baby. I hope you are all here and happy. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful week. We got so much to go over. The show will be starting soon. Just don't want to leave everybody hanging out in the waiting room. We're here. We're here, baby. And we already have the crew. Make sure everything's running as it should. Give me just a minute, momentarily. All right, cool. It's working. All right, so check this out. Let me know. Let me hear the sound real quick. You guys let me know how the sound sounds. We got just a few minutes before the show is going to start, but if you're just joining me, my name is David Worrell. I am a swing trader primarily, looking for the momentum, base, and trend breakouts. Of course, we look at the overall market conditions first to see if it's an absolute time to trade or if we need to sit on our hands and relax for a minute. Well, we have a lot to go over tonight. I have some data, quite a few things to go over. Then, of course, we have your watch list. Once we get through the data, we understand the macroeconomics, if you will, the overall concernable data compared to the headlines that we have that are out today. All the, obviously, the war that's looming over top of our heads here, but we'll go over that very, very soon. Of course, we're going to look at the overall sectors. I'm going to just skip right through the sectors. I'm going to bring you the hottest sectors and the absolute best watch list out of all of the hot sectors, because you know I bring you the leaders, baby, and that's just how we do it. First of all, I want to thank my members. Beef Stewie is now a new member. Carl Burr is in the building, and I don't know if Norman Conklin has showed up, but he is a 5-month member on this show right now. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. It makes me feel really good that I actually have community, that I have members that are willing to throw me an extra $5 a month to just say thank you for what I do. So thank you. I appreciate you giving back a little bit. And guys, I promise you, this is going to be your absolute best show that you've seen all night. I've started organizing things a lot better. We added a lot more music to the show. It's all here, and it's ready just for you. So 9 o'clock, when it drops, we have so much to go over. And while we're waiting, I want to show you this. I came across this just as, like, we all scour the internet. We all want to look for things to help enhance our trading and better, and I see this, and I just think that this is so perfectly laid out. So we're just going to go over this right before the show starts, okay? The journey of a trader. And you really, while you're going through this shit, you don't realize you're going through this. Oh, and you know what? You said there's static? Let me turn off this damn fan. Carl, my bad. Totally forgot I had this fan going here. I put my earbuds in, and I got to rocking. And now we get to rolling. So sorry about that, Carl. Thank you for letting me know. So guys, trader of a journey. A journey of a trader, I should say. So when I was going through a lot of this, I didn't realize I was going through a lot of this. I always thought I was right here. I always thought I was right here. It didn't matter how much I was losing. I always thought I was right there, just improving right around the corner. But really, the whole time, I was right here. I was just taking loss after loss after loss, jumping from one trade, one strategy, one time frame to another. And you don't realize where you're at until you're here. I really feel like until you start following a plan, following a trading plan. But really, that's something I preach. Following a trading plan. But it's almost hard to see, because I've already seen it 5-6 years into this now, so many people just starting to go through this shit. And it's so hard to see, because a lot of times you can I can preach it, but if you don't practice it, you're never going to get any better. And sometimes you just got to let people go through that journey of just wading through the dog shit right now. Now, we have a lot of stocks that are out there, a lot of sectors that are hot, a lot of bear attitudes, which only helps me capitulate higher into the bull market. And I'm a bull until I'm not, until the data, not the data, but the actual technical analysis tells us something different. Long story short, while you're going through this, you don't realize you're going through this. Your P&L will tell you you are going through this, okay? But just remember, if you quit trading, if you quit trying to learn, if you quit trying to better yourself and just blame everybody else, you're never going to be here. You're never going to have these shades on. You're never going to have these starry eye emoji, okay? And you want the starry-eyed emoji, okay? What's up with this song? I feel like I'm on a beach right now, dude. Let me switch this up for you guys. All right, so we want to get through this. We want to get through this. I'm telling you, it feels amazing to be here. And one very, very important thing I want to tell you, after you go through the starting line, you get some beginner's luck, which I never had beginner's luck, which is probably a great thing for me. You go through your losses, you start learning and improving, you get better at risk management. Do you see right here, after you start following a trading plan, then what comes? It is psychology. People want to jump right into psychology and think, if I read a psychology book, I'm going to be better at trading. Hell no. You ain't going to be better at anything until you have a strategy in place. And that's why I am here, folks. I'm not telling you to trade like me. I'm telling you I have a strategy. And I follow a disciplined strategy, and I make money doing it. And I can show you exactly what I do. I tell you exactly what I do, how I trade. I don't tell you when or where to trade. I tell you when and where I plan on trading and where I use risk management to help better capitulate my trades. But still, if you're going through this, just know, if you quit, you will never get to see this. If you want to keep on going, do it on small share size. Prove to yourself you're doing it for the trade and not the money. What's up, Yosef? B. Stewie. What up, my G? JFA's in the building. Good to see you. Beef Stewie. Jimmy Bright is in the building. Guys, we have an awesome show. And guess what? It's 9:01. I say we get this baby started. Let's go. All right, you guys ready for this? I know I am ready. I am so pumped and happy to be here. Of course, we have the questionnaire. 8 people have voted it. There are 11 you in here. Green above, red below. Are we going to break even by the end of the week? 62% of you say we are going to close above the week in the S&P 500. So we're going to go over the overall S&P 500 and all of its components. But the first thing I want to do is check to see how the interest rates are looking. And with that, all the scary news and titles, let's look at the overall data in the market, but I promise to keep it exciting and not so boring. So let's see what old Papa Powell's got for us. Interest rates with Jerome Powell.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so this is simple. This is your CME Fed Watch tool. We're going to skip right to December because I am not here to waste your time. And if we go to December, you can still see we are only looking at 2 rate cuts, 2 0.25% rate cuts by the end of the year. If we get a surprise or something crazy happens, we're going to see a lot of sentiment change there. So if the Fed's hand gets forced, as some people are saying, it doesn't matter. The Fed is going to do what the Fed is saying it's going to be doing. They're going to stay the course. They're going to make sure inflation is down, and they're going to see to their 2% mandate and yada, yada, yada. Okay, we all know the business. 41.5% chance that we will be down 2 points, or 0.50, or 2 rate cuts, excuse me. So that is your CME Fed tool. Now, one thing that they like to look at that I always want to point out, because a lot of people talk about the CPI. Is this CPI, or is this the? Let's take a look together. Economic News, 12% change, Consumer Price Index. So this is the CPI. And I just want to look at this on the overall time frame here, okay? So we all know this spike. Everybody, you see a huge spike, you're like, oh, that's either the financial crisis or COVID, okay? So here's COVID. Most recently, what happened? Okay, you can see that Consumer Price Index skyrocketed. Why? Well, for some of the same reasons that's going on right now with oil, right? With the Strait, right? We might not get our oil, so guess what happens? The Consumer Price Index for it will go up, right? So anyway, the Consumer Price Index currently right now has been on a steady decline, which is a very, very good sign for old Papa Powell, who wants to loosen up on those interest rates. So as it's slowly coming down here, now if we start to rise and create a new higher low in our technical analysis sense, then, and we start to see it come back up, that would be kind of concerning. But we are starting to continually, not starting to, but we are continually, gradually heading down on our consumer's price index. So we want to see that, stay at a steady rate, okay? So that is your CPI. So to me, that it looks good. And now this is very zoomed out. This is very macro. This is very, hey, people are freaking out, but really we've been declining, you know, the past 2 years, 3 years. So still looking okay to me. And here is your civilian unemployment. And this is something that I found interesting. You can see we are slowly climbing back up on our unemployment. Now, some might say it's, you know, due to, I'll tell you what I think it's due to. I think this AI thing, I really, truly think is starting to affect a lot of jobs. And I think we're gonna see it more and more too. But I think it's gonna open up other specialty jobs as well that we aren't really seeing right now. We're gonna see other very concentrated groups of people going into very small niches, and they're going to know very specific things about very specific items relative to or closely relating to AI. That's just my opinion. This unemployment change could be multiple things. Could be multiple things, okay? So this is not a good sign, right? We don't want to see unemployment go up. We want to stay at a steady rate of unemployment and not fluctuate too much. But you can see financial crisis, COVID, two of the biggest spikes, and we are starting to come back up a little bit. Okay, that's what I got for that. I want to go over the spider really quick before we get into the really juicy parts. You guys have to understand that we need to know the overall market direction first, right? And I think we all know right now where the market direction is. It's just running sideways. But let's see here. You're hell right, but people are beasts to trading learning. Hell yeah. What's up, Libby? It's good to see you. Squad, what do you think about the response of the futures since the strike in Iran? That is exactly what I want to get to. And that brings up our ETF and SPY review.
This is your ETF and S&P 500 review.
All right, so I am not going to waste your time. I'm done going through all the ETFs. I do it on my own, then I do it with you, and then I do it again the next day. I'm going to tell you what's juicy. I'm going to tell you what's hot. I'm going to spoon feed your ass the hot sectors. If you don't know what the hot sectors are right now, well, you've been under a rock. Maybe you've been on vacation for about 3 months, but the hot sectors still exist. And what are they? They are gold, that is nuclear, autonomous vehicles, cyber and software, semiconductors, batteries, oil and gas, crypto, and quantum. Did I miss one? Let me go through them again. And if there's a sector I missed, whether it's a sector or a subsector, I need you to tell me in the damn chat. Norman, I've already given you your shout out. You're late. What's up, Norman Conklin? 5 months you have been a member of this show. I just want to give you a big shout out. Thank you, Norman. I do appreciate you. You are awesome. So here it is again. Gold, nuclear, autonomous vehicles, cyber software, semiconductors, batteries, oil, gas, crypto, and quantum computing. Is there a sector that I missed? To me, those are the hottest sectors that are out right now. And if you think that there's another hotter sector, or not hotter, but up to its par or standards, let me know so I can look it up. I want to get the best and the hottest sectors. So if I am not up to snuff, you need to call me out on it. That's the only way we're going to get better, okay? So again, gold, nuclear, autonomous vehicles, cyber, security, software, semiconductors, battery, oil, gas, crypto, and quantum computing. We're going to go over the hottest stocks in every one of those sectors in just a second. So first, I just want to go into the S&P 500 because, guys, you know, I started with the S&P. I always look at the S&P, but right now with the QQQs, tech being so strong, that's my leader for the ETF. So I watch the NASDAQ, and we're going to go over that in just a second, but we need to go over, and I just want to show you, you just go to sectorspiders.com, you click view full sector tracker, and you can go by day, month, and let's just go year to date. Communication services, real estate. Is this real? We're break even on all the rest, really? That doesn't seem right. Let's look at the 6 month. We'll get a better understanding here. We'll go the last 3 months. How about that? So energy down, healthcare down. We've been seeing that. But here's the interesting part, right? Technically, technology, okay, it's always leading, right? But technology is really kicking ass and taking names. And we have industrials, consumer discretionary, and communication services on the rise here in the last 3 months. So what's hot usually stays hot, usually continues to go up. So you'll see that we have a lot of these in our watch list, okay? So just keep in mind, that's what's hot, that's what's not. It just looks like real estate's still down. Materials, it says materials is down. Let me see here. I'll look into that later without you guys. But that is your sector spider. But now we really want to get a little bit deeper into Bitcoin and the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ and Bitcoin are both currently open right now. Let me just bring up my chart here. Let me see if I ruined this. I did. Let me open this back up. I want to show you guys on the best trading platform alive, and that is TradingView. If you guys want TradingView, you just click in the description. I have a free TradingView. You get a free month or two. I forget what it is, but click on that. If you like it, you can subscribe. You can upgrade if you want, and I get a little kickback. But if not, that's okay. It's still an amazing charting platform that is free. So here is your NASDAQ. Guys, check out NASDAQ right here. So we had an open up. Well, look at this. I mean, I've been telling you guys for weeks we had tariff scares. We had so many news catalysts and so many articles coming out saying, this is going to continue lower. There's no way that this is, all this crap happening. We are even talking about war. And the NASDAQ is still holding above a 21-day moving average. Now, this could escalate, right? This could escalate into something much, much worse. But we don't know what's going to happen, so we have to trade the chart. It's simple. It really, yes, Carl Burr, packaged software, yes. No, I put cybersecurity and packaged software together. I'm not sure if I should really do that, but that's what I'm doing. Look, Doctor, what up? Good to see you. Let's see, good to see you. His and you up there on the screen, homie. Making home. Made baked mac and cheese with a kiddo. Yes, let's go, dude. That sounds delicious. Baked mac and cheese. You always got to put the crusty tops, like even some French's onions or something, like put a little crispy top on there. Oh, let's go. Now I'm hungry. All right. So the NASDAQ still above a 21-day moving average with more war news lingering. I'm telling you this right now. We start blowing shit up and the market does not give a shit and it's looking like what bad news? We're going higher, bruh. Okay, that's what I see right now. We break a 21-day moving average tomorrow. We close below it. I'm going to be backed off. I'm not going to be putting any trades on. I'm going to relax. I'm going to see what the market's going to do, right? We've been trending. We've been trading all of this, folks. All of this right here. When the 10 crossed the 21 and we are above a 21-day moving average, we were risk on. We talked about it. We talked about it multiple times. That's why we're here every Sunday, so we know when to be risk on, when to be risk off. Right now, we're still above a 21-day moving average with all the bad news lingering. I don't think so. Nothing's taking this market down right now. I think it is going to get, and there's a lot of great traders out there. I got to give Marty Chargin a huge shout out. I watch him all the time. And he's convinced that we're going to get to new all-time highs, rather in the NASDAQ or the S&P 500, and then we will start to see things pull back after that, or we'll get some volatility after that, or what have you, okay? So regardless, when we see a chart like this, we have to play the chart. The chart's above a 21-day moving average. It has been trending higher ever since the pullbacks, the tariff scares were now out of the question, and now we're getting bombings and we're opening up in the green. I think that that's still a great sign. Now, we close below it, we're gonna talk something different. Now, we have to talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is at a very key area. this would have been the new higher low. This being the new higher low, this would have been the new higher low. We would want to see the Bitcoin pullback sustain a new higher low above this, but because it broke, it shows that bears are in control. Now, of course, the way I trade, I want to see 3 new higher lows again. So what I'm going to see is I would want to see it come back up here, make a new higher low, come back up here, make a new higher low before taking off. That would be my best case scenario to try and show me that we have a new trend before taking the trade. So yes, I will be waiting, but you might have seen something that old Beefy Stu posted in our charts, and it's this. I'm an idiot. Why didn't I buy Bitcoin under $100,000 last week? And now he opens up the charts today and he goes, ha, I ain't buying that shit. It's under 100,000, you know? And it's so true. I mean, we've all done it, right? I mean, unless you're like a greenhorn, this is your second day of trading, we all have said, man, I charted that, man, I looked at that, man, I should have done this, or I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shut the hell up. If you're into buying dips and trying to buy catching the fallen knife, then go for it. A lot of people are using this also with anchored VWAP. You could throw an anchored VWAP up here. I think Torque may have brought this up off the low. So here's anchored VWAP from all-time high, and we throw an anchored VWAP off the all-time low here, and you'll see that we are at an area of support. So you can see it's trying to bounce off this anchored VWAP area here, and it's also being supported by its point of control area, which is very similar to the anchored VWAP where it's currently at. So it's very cool how a lot of the ideas of the crew line up. I know B Stewie does anchored VWAP, so does Torque. B Stewie's also using point of control. I use moving averages. I use I wait for the base anyway, you know. So even if it bounces off anchored VWAP, I don't care. I'm waiting for it to break through a base or a trend. So we all trade differently, but it's so cool to see it all kind of come together and it's set up. One thing I do want to point out is the IWM still below a 200-day moving average, so keep that in mind. We are not seeing much breadth in the overall market. So that is your sector and ETF review. You got to understand, folks, you need to know what's hot and what is not. And I gave you all the hottest sectors, and we're going to be going through the sectors and the watch list with it. But first and foremost, we got to go check out this guy right here, my friend. Well, hang on, let me think of the word. I hate it. When you're live, dude, sometimes it's hard. You can't think of the words. But our moderator, your moderator, my friend, the old Beefy Stew. Let's see what he's got going on for us, because he's got 2 delicious charts that I'm going to show you right meow.
Oh, I see you over there. You got problems? We've got the beef.
All right, you wanted it. You wanted the beef? We got the beef, baby. Now, I gotta tell you, I absolutely love this chart of AVGO. Yes, sirree. AVGO Broadcom. This post that he had was absolutely phenomenal. It was not on my radar. I added it to my semiconductors list. We've played this before. I've lost a lot of money. When DeepSeek came out and smacked us in the face, it was a big, big loss for me, of course. I shouldn't say of course, but I'm grateful that I made all that money back since January 14th. And you can see AVGO, is it quietly becoming a semiconductor powerhouse? That's a very, very good question. AI chips, cloud infrastructure, software, plus hardware stacks. If you're betting on the long-term climb, AVGX might be your high voltage play. So AVGX is the 2x leverage of AVGO, so you can get it a little bit cheaper. My G says, Chief, why you tell we open up on the NASDAQ futures if we open lower than the Friday close? I don't understand. Actually, that's a good question. It's a good question. Maybe I just looked at it wrong. Let me take a peek. I'll be the first one to admit when I am wrong. Let me take a look. So I just seen green is all. We did close, but we closed below. We opened up below from where we closed, but we opened up above the 21-day moving average. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm still risk on, I'm still green, we're still up. So I apologize for that. We did not gap up, we did not open up higher on the NASDAQ, but we are above the 21-day moving average and within the previous day's trading range. So excuse that, and thank you for the pointing that out. My G is in the building, people. Now, where were we at? Oh, the old beefiest of stews. So when we look at this AVGO, this is why I always encourage you to give Beef Stew a follow, because he lays this all out for you. And if you have any questions for him, he's in our chat. He's happy to talk to you and show you what he is doing. But look at this. I mean, he plays it all out. He's showing us right here where those base and trend breakouts. He's showing you the point of control. He even shows you where those anchored VWAPs are. And this AVGO/AVGX is an absolutely beautiful play. I love the financials on it. I love the technicals on it. And now you can see after the expansion, you can see the contraction here. That's what we want to see. It's 3 days tight. That's what we want to see. All right. So I just want to bring it up on my charts, AVGO. And I want to show you guys, look how tight this is. Anchored VWAP from all-time highs, and it's squatting right now, right inside of this area, okay? That's a beautiful sign, holding that 21-day moving average. I didn't care for this wick, but if you really look at this wick, it's undercutting some of this stuff and then rallied right back into this tightening area above the 10-day moving average. So very tight, very keen. This was a beautiful trend breakout we've seen on this before. And another one that he's showing on his charts is this basing breakout right here at the bottom. There was a lot of stocks setting up just like this at that time, and AVGO did exactly that. So that's awesome to see. And there was one other one he had on there. Let me take a little peeky gander, shall we? Let me see, baby. Oh yeah, I put it over here. Hold up. What was the other one? Oh yeah, the other one that we're looking at. So I always like to switch things up, guys. Now this is not in a hot sector, but this is a very good looking stock. This is LFMD. Now this is I think what I didn't like about this is that I don't think it was actually making money yet, but they are very, very close, and they have EPS and sales growth that you can see here. And look, what do you see that's similar with the same chart? Big push up, expansion, contraction, it's getting tight, and we're seeing a technical pattern here, a nice flagging formation up here at the top, so we can actually have proper risk reward. So if we get in here, we can exit somewhere down here. I really like what you did here, Beef. This looks really, really good, and nice, beautiful trend, getting ready to break either up or to the downside, but proper risk management there, so that way you can make very informative trades. So. And you gotta look at Toast, guys. I mean, it's so funny, man. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. And you know, Toast is looking good too. This is not one that I've really categorized with anything. TOST. Technology services, packaged software. So I need to put this apart. Let me throw this in here real quick. If we want to be the best, we got to take the time to be the best. So let me throw this in here. TOST, unless I already had it in here. Yeah, Toast is looking good, man. Toast is looking good. I like it. What I like about it is the base. You know, I'm all about that base, no trouble. And you can see here, it's been doing this for almost a year. Back here from November, it's been basing in this area. So I would love to see it break this 43.50 area and then get some volume to take it higher. And then of course, because it's bouncing off this 21, this 30-day moving average, this would be a great area to follow. So if it broke through this area, you know, if I pay trend breaks, I always take half at all-time high. Obviously this is more of a recent IPO as well, so. This thing could really get going though. So keep an eye on TOST. It's only a 3% mover, so that's why I don't have it on my watch list actually. It's because it's just too slow, you know. Just one that is just too slow. And did we not put B Stewie's? Let me throw this up here. I got it. It's funny. I got it. All I have to do is click X, and he's the first one that pops up. All right, here we go. This is the old Beefy Stew. Give him a follow. It is in the chat right there right now. What? My mom's in here? Mama. What's up, Mama? Thanks for popping in. Thanks for staying high. It's good to see you. Thank you for the support. That's awesome. Cool. Okay, I think it's time, folks. I think it's time for the watch list. Are you fucking ready? I can't hear you. Are you ready? Let's fucking do this, people. I am so pumped. I absolutely love this watch list. So you guys can see it over here. You probably can't see it very well on your screens. That's okay. I can even move this over so you can see. Oh, I can't do that. I can move this over so you can see it a little better right there. How about I do that? These are my watch list. Okay, you can see them all right here on this left side. Some of these are scanners, and that's my current positions right here, so you guys can always see what the hell I'm actually in. And we will go through these right now. Now, and I promise you, if you don't see your stock on here, and you stay till the very end, you let me go through my watch list, and you have a question, you got a ticker, please, I want you to wait till the end, throw them out, and I will be here all night. I don't give a shit. We're gonna go through all your tickers, okay? Now, with that being said, if you have anything that you wanna chat about the tickers that I'm going over, or whether it's a sector, so let's say we're going through gold, and I'm gonna tell you, I only have a few good gold stocks that I'm willing to play, but they're not setting up right now, okay? If you have a better gold stock, give it to me right now. Give it to me, baby. Okay? So here are my gold stocks. The first thing we need to look at is gold. So here's GLD. I called the top right here of gold. Why? We were getting these gapping areas with no pulling back to retest this no man's zone, right? So I called the top. Did I say? I didn't say, this is the top forever. All tops are meant to be broken unless you're a piece of shit. Well, right here, we made a top, it pulled back, and now it's making new higher lows, and what is this? This looks like a beautiful flagging pattern. So this is looking strong again, making new higher lows and new higher lows and new lower highs. So it's getting tight. That's what we want to see. So when we look at the overall sector, the overall ETF, gold, GLD, the futures, shares, then we want to find the stocks within that move fast. Why? If we just were to put all of our money into GLD, this shit stock right here, it's only going to give you 0.9% growth per day. That's nothing. You'd have to put a ton of money in there just to see a small fraction of positive P&L influence, okay? It's a weird way to say money. So I am looking at MP. Why? This thing moves 6.1%. This is absolutely amazing. Let's see. To the moon and then Mars. Hell yeah, thanks, Carlber. My G says ETF leader on each sector, Chief. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's exactly what we're going to do, my G, and I'm very happy that you asked that. So yes, gold. We started our sector off with gold, GLD. Now we're going to go through what I think are the best stocks in gold. And if you have a better stock in gold, I really want you to be a part of this. I want you to freaking tell me what you got that I don't have. I want it. Okay, I'm here for you, you're here for me. Come on, we can be friends, amigos, comrades. So MP is a materials. This thing is looking very good. Can I play it right now? No, hell no. I have to wait for a setup. I don't see a setup here. All I see is extension from the 10-day moving average. It's showing me that it's a powerful stock, but I need to wait. I need to give this time to rest to find a better entry. IPX moves 4.3%. What I don't like about this is it's very choppy here, and I don't think this looks very liquid to me. So if we can find something a little better. One of my go-tos, though, actually, here's one, TMC. Here's a metal corporation. Can we play this right now? No. Could have we? Yes, absolutely. Look at this. Look at this trend breakout. You could even play this as a basing breakout. Not my favorite on either one of them, but you could have definitely played those as they are moving much higher. But we are extended on the 10-day moving average. So gold is still extended. These miners are still extended, but we are going to keep an eye on them because if they show good setup, we're going to take it. One of my go-tos is ORLA, a little bit slower than the last two, but ORLA mining is very fruitful here, showing a beautiful basing pattern. This is a 2-month base. As you guys know, I like to see 2 to 6 month basing breakouts. The longer, the better sometimes. One of my favorite ones was NVDA. That was a 6-month basing breakout. The longer, the better. It shows that people are getting in, getting out, people are sizing up, and then when they take off, there you have it. So expansion, contraction, that's what we're seeing here with new higher lows being put in, and then we have this beautiful basing top. I think ORLA deserves your attention at 1186. If there's volume to come in and the market decides it wants to take gold higher, you want to be there. Do you guys have any gold stocks? No gold stocks for me? Then I'm gonna keep on keeping on, and we're gonna go right into nuclear. One thing I do want to preface when it comes to nuclear, that a lot of these stocks are not honestly making much money at all. VZLA, okay, is that gold, VZLA? So VZLA is silver, yes, and silver is doing a very good job. I think we can throw this on here as well. That way we can just keep an eye on it, because silver is starting to pop off, but we can put gold with silver for now until we start to see silver. Too many silver stocks that we need to make our own watch list, and we'll keep it very, very situated like that. So now nuclear, I do want to tell you, a lot of these nuclear stocks are very speculative, kind of like cyber stocks, not cyber, quantum computing stocks, very speculative. So they're very forward-looking stocks. You're not going to see a hell of a lot of stocks out there that are going to show very good, financials. Okay. So if we look at some of the best stocks that I like, whether they have good financials or not, my eye is for SMR, NNE, and OKLO. Those are some of my favorites. But I have to say here is LEU has been really showing some lift off here. So Centros feeling the future of nuclear power, as their title implies, has been absolutely just kicking ass and taking names. And folks, if you don't have this on your watch list yet, you should put it on there. Wait for the right setup. This can be extremely powerful if this sets up a nice high tight flag. As you can see, off this base starting its trend, we're up well over that minimal 100% to form that high tight flag, like we were learning in our Discord just last week. So another one, I know you guys everybody was all talking about CCJ. CCJ is doing very well, but it's a slower mover at 3.2%. Where LEU, if we wait for a setup, moves 5.8%, SMR 10.2%, and NNE is 9.6%. So keep an eye on those. OKLO is looking very good too. It's just digesting some of these moves. It's very volatile. You're getting a lot of news coming out that the government's going to be putting money into the sector, and so people are going to get in and shook out, and you're going to have people positioning into this trade, and you can see it's doing that right here on this chart as it continues on an uptrend. So if you can find a good spot to get in, go for it. If you want to use a moving average to try and buy a dip, go for it. Whatever your strategy implies. For me, I want to see new higher lows, I want to see a base form, and I want to take that base on a breakout with higher volume. So that is nuclear, and of course, we didn't go over the ETF. NLR is the ETF on that, of course. Hey, I promise you guys, we're going to upgrade. We're always going to get better, and I will get into the most beautiful routine. So the NLR ETF, that's nuclear and uranium ETF, and you can see it's well above its 10-day moving average, just chopping around up here, trying to digest this huge run-up. So keep an eye on this sector. Now, do you guys have the sector or not? If you have it, tell me what stocks you're looking at within this sector. We're talking about nuclear, people. What do you got before we go nuclear? I see Beef Suey saying to smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you want to just give it the elbow right on that like button, I would do appreciate you. Let's see. Let's catch up on chat. AG says, Joseph, yes, AG is a good one for gold. This moves faster than I last looked. So 4.6%, this is looking really good. What I don't like is this undercut. We just need to rally. If we get this undercut and rally back into this concentrated area of $9, Joseph, yes, sir. I absolutely like that. I'm going to set my alert right here, and I will actually throw that on the gold watch list as well, so that way we can go over it the next time, next Sunday, so we can see what it did next Sunday. And guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. If I don't have it, and I should, let me know. I'll throw it up on the chart. This moves 4.5%. This is contracting after a big move. This is what I like. So thank you, Joseph, always bringing me the good one. Carl Burr smashed it. Hell yeah. Thank you. Thank you, kind sir. Thank you, kind sir. All right, let's keep on keeping on, guys. So that's nuclear. Let's go to the autonomous vehicles. Now, I don't really give two shits about the whole autonomous vehicle fight. I really think that Tesla's got it in a handbag. Now, if you guys want to argue, you want to fight with me about it, this isn't my sector. This isn't my thing. I like to see where it's going. I like to dream about it, but you know, it's not something I'm really like, let's get into this. I want to look at the charts. I want to look at the charts. And Tesla's holding. They are holding. They are trending up. You know, quite technically, they are trending higher. So when we look at Tesla, we look at something like this, you have to say, okay, yes, they are trending higher. It's very simple. Look at this, trending higher. Okay, now it's just above the 200-day moving average as the 50-day moving average is starting and trying to get above it. This is a big boat of a stock. This takes up a big area in the S&P 500. What does that mean? It means it has a huge market cap. It's a big boat. To turn around a big boat, it takes a while. You can see, look at this. It took a while. Look at this, big pop, and then a new higher low, okay? So if you believe in Tesla, you believe in autonomous vehicles, you believe in whatever, love them, hate them, I don't give a shit. You want to make money, it's looking like it's starting to set up a base right in this area. Now this is a base below a base. It's not my favorite. Will I be taking it? No, I will not be taking it. I think there's much better stocks out there. Another one is Uber. Uber's holding that 50-day moving average, much slower stock at 2.5%, but it's just something I'm keeping an eye on because this has been a nice leader for quite some time. But if you're into the slower moving stocks, right here, add that to your long-term portfolio because Uber is looking delicious until it breaks that 50-day moving average. Okay, yeah, B. Stewie's saying Tesla for sure. I mean, Tesla's been the leader in that area for a while. Nobody can really compete with their EVs. You know, not full EVs. Now, we got to talk about cyber software. And the very first one I want to bring up is CRWV. We talked about this in the Discord. That's when we really started looking into what a true high tight flag is. And that's why, that's why when somebody has a question, I like to dive deep. And, I think I know certain things because, I've been doing this for 5-6 years now. And you read things and then you read so many other things and it all starts to get mashed up. And when you start to untangle it, you want to make sure you're digesting and regurgitating the right information. So I'm glad we could figure this all out. And this is a true high tight flag. This was absolutely beautiful. So let's just go over this really quick. You can see this huge push up here, well over that 100% that we need for the high tight flag, over 300%. It trades sideways, digest this area for about 3 weeks. And as it does, it gets tight, it breaks this little trend and then breaks this base heading higher. A lot of people, when they say it can't go higher, that is when I get interested. When people say it can't, it sure as hell can because there's too many people on one side of the trade. If too many people get short, it ends up making it a long because they get squeezed or squozed out, right? So we like to keep an eye on this because not only are people longing it, but people are trying to find that top and they're trying to short it, which only helps capitulate higher. So when things start to move higher, they tend to continue to move higher. So let's keep an eye on that till we start to see big gaps. Once we start to see the big capitulating volume, then we're gonna look for that parabolic short. So we'll see what happens with CRWV, but I'm gonna be honest, guys, I like CRWV. Let's go. Also, PLTR, this is another one B. Stewie, he charted. So if you guys don't catch it on the first drift, go to B. Stewie's Twitter and check this out, how he charted it. This I called out a while ago as a basing breakout right here, folks. This was absolutely beautiful. Pulled back, hold the 21-day moving average, but right here I would have been stopped out. You can see it then popped back up, forming another base and had another basing breakout. To me, I don't really care for this thing just because it's moving a little slower. I think it's going to continue to trend. I absolutely love it. Don't get me wrong. It's just not something I'm really, I like the CRWVs, I like the CESLs, I like the TEMs, the LIFs. We're gonna go over those. I feel like everybody's watching this stock. I feel like it's gonna be highly manipulated. But it's trending. It looks like it's going to go higher. And if you're in it, it's a great sign because you're still above a 10-day moving average, even after that pullback and that bounce off the 30. So let's look at Sezl, S-E-Z-L. Now I can't play this thing because we don't have a long enough base. But if this thing can just trade sideways for a little bit, let me get an area to get in, I'll be happy. But this is the base that I like right here. This is a very long base as it is over a year basing area. Every time it gets in this $76 area, it decides it wants to sell off. Now it's been forming new higher lows. You can't see it, I will draw it. Bada bing, bada boom, you'll be making money soon. When it gets to this area and it gets tight at 7.5%, I would like to be a participant if TEM, Tempest, the beautiful software company, can break above this. I want to be a part of TEM, so keep that on your watch list. Another IPO, by the way, Beef Stewie sent me an IPO list, absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for sending that out to me. CRCL looks absolutely phenomenal, but what can you do with a chart that only has 2 weeks of trading days and is extended from the 10-day moving average? I'll tell you exactly what you do with a stock like this. You wait. You freaking wait. You wait for the setup, stupid. You don't buy these extensions. And of course, you buy tomorrow, it goes to 1,000. You start trading like that, you lose all of your money. Don't get into bad habits, okay? Form good habits. You wait for them to form a setup. So we're going to keep an eye on CRCL because this software group looks really, really good right off its IPO. And if it can form a base or a trend breakout, that is when we are going to we're going to circle back and take a look at it to see if we can get in. Sweet Jolene, baby, what is going on? Jolene is in the building. Now, it's not a sausage fest. Oh, shit. All right, LIF, let's go. Life 360 Incorporated Equity. Why do I like this one so much? Newer IPO, and you can see this trading area sideways. It's getting tight, bouncing off a 21-day moving average. I have, what is it? Basing breakout alert at 64.75. That is LIF. Absolutely love LIF, and I really think you should keep this on your watch list, guys. Sometimes these IPOs, let me take a sip. Oh, that's good. Hope you guys can hear the music. It's pretty chill. Pretty chill. I like it. But LIF, newer IPOs, there's no overhead resistance. There's nobody above you at $65.80 up here saying, I'm gonna sell. No, anybody that's gonna sell is selling to somebody, or whoever they're selling to, they have made money. That's the beautiful thing. Like anybody who has bought this stock below this price is making money. That's a great sign that a lot of people want to hold. They want it to go further. They want it to capitulate. They want to see where their money can go, okay? Which only increases more buying. It's the psychology behind it, people. Keep LIF on your watch list. It's a newer IPO with the basing breakout that we're looking for. So thank you for bringing that as well to me, Beefy Stew. And also shout out to Zamora as well. I don't want to forget, I've been telling you guys how I've been wanting to curate these watch lists to make them a lot more simple to just portray them, to give you the overall ETF and then go through the hottest sectors rather than finding them with you. So here is SMH. So thank you, Jolene, for doing that. I appreciate you. This is SMH. So SMH is the semiconductor. You guys can see here, it's been trading sideways for so damn long. Now we need it to get above this 263 area, and it looks like it's going to do just that. As it trends and holds above the 10 and 21-day moving average, we want to see this thing get some volume here, and then we will see a lot of these stocks continue. As you know, one of our biggest leaders we called out all the way down here. We played this basing breakout. We could have played it a lot better, but we played this basing breakout, and since the call out, this thing went as high as to 275%, now closing on Friday at 233%. From the basing breakout that we called out in the Discord. This is an absolute phenomenal trade. I will always go back to AEVA to show you guys that basing breakout. So we're gonna keep an eye on that because all it did was pull back to its 10-day moving average and bounce. Absolutely beautiful. What's up, Zamora? Zamora's in the building. We got two girls now. The goal is to at least be even, maybe. All right, make sure you guys vote on the poll this week. The market, the QQQ, will close above, below, or break even to the price on the Friday's close. A-Lab is another beautiful stock that I'm keeping an eye on, but I will have to say, I am not interested in A-Lab nearly as much after seeing AVGO, as we went over in the Beef Stewies, okay? There's a reason why we are both looking at this, because what is above it, once again, new all-time highs, baby. If SMH wants to break and it wants to go higher, I think we have a new leader in this market, and that's AEVA and AVGO kicking ass, taking names in the semiconductor space. So make sure you keep an eye on those. Now, we have a few other ones. I know one that Yosef actually took a beautiful trade on. Unfortunately, it's pulled back now to his buy-in area. But I just kind of want to go over this really quick, guys, because it was just an absolute perfect area to buy. And now, it's not my exact trade, but look at this. New higher lows here as it forms this base right here. And it's just right below that 200-day moving average. He decided to take this basing breakout. Absolutely beautiful take on volume. And now, and you can see right here is where he took it, right here. Took a basing breakout on volume, absolutely perfect, and now it's coming back and it's retesting that area. So it's going to be very important to keep an eye on that area right there if you took a trade like that on ARM, but it's looking very, very good. Now we have a VGO as well, basing breakout right here at the new all-time highs. If it can capitulate higher, I think that this stock can go much, much higher, okay, until things change. Until things change. I'm a bull. Till things change, baby. Let's see, LiDAR, stocks, AVI, oust. Oh, okay. So those are all specific to LiDAR. All right, I will throw those up off air so I don't have to go through all that right here, right meow. But yeah, I like that. So LiDAR must be really hot then. I just thought that that was all part of the package bundle, but no, I mean, that is a subsector. LiDAR is a subsector, and we need to have it. We have to have it. There's no doubt in my mind. So we'll definitely throw that up. Another one is MU, guys. So MU has earnings coming up here. I think it's very important. These earnings are going to be very, very important on the 24th. So in 2 days, on Tuesday, after the market's closed, MU is going to be giving off their earnings, and I think it's a make or break for MU. Is it going to be part of the leaders? Is it going to be up there with AVGO and the NVIDIAs? Is it going to be a high flyer, or are these earnings going to prove and show its true colors that Micron Technology can or cannot keep up? So we'll see that very, very soon with that. And that's my semiconductors. I got plenty of them. A-Lab, NVIDIA, ARM, AVGO, AMD. I mean, you guys know that this is a lagger, finally above a 200-day moving average. Not my play, but I'm just keeping an eye on it to see how the laggers are running in hand with what I would consider the leaders like AEVA and AVGO. So keep an eye on those, folks. And if you got a semiconductor you want me to look at, let me know. So many uses for LiDAR, yeah. Yeah, it looks like I'm really going to have to look into it. You guys seem more hip than I am with this LiDAR crap. I have more. Well, throw it up in Discord after. Okay, cool, man. I'm probably going to go to bed after the show, though. I'm going to be honest, dude. I've been in the pool all day. I should say I've been in the sun all day, you know? But it's been a beautiful sun day, that's for damn sure. Let's keep on keeping on. We got a few more to go through. I'm not going to go over batteries, but I will just note on MVST, still looking absolutely beautiful. We talked about the trend breakout right here a long time ago. We talked about the basing breakout right here a while back. Guys, this thing is way, way up since we were talking about this thing. It's still up almost 100%. It's at like 99.19 right now, so it has moved up over 100%. So maybe this thing digests, maybe it trades sideways, just rests for a little bit, but batteries are still going to be a huge part of this technology. Now, oil and gas, I know everybody is, oh God, everybody's freaking out, right? We all seen the different pictures about, you know, everybody jamming up at the strait, and oil tankers are just turning right around, and they're leaving the strait. And, you know, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Well, drill, baby, drill. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But tomorrow when the charts open, we will have a better idea of what is going on with the overall direction of oil. But we need to be prepared when we have oil. And the only stock that I have found that is worth my attention right now is this stock. And the reason why I say that, VG is the stock name, is because it moves 5.8%. That's the fastest thing that I can find in oil right now. So I am begging and pleading all the viewers right now, all the members out there right now, if you got something that I don't, please give it to me. Give it to me, baby. One more time, give it to me, baby. Okay? I have VG. Is this music in my earbuds? It is. It sounded like my phone was ringing outside. Okay, I have VG. What do you guys got? Go. Give me the absolute best stock that you have for oil and gas. I need to know. So VG right now, it's like, yeah, I wish I was in it, right? But I wouldn't have played this trend breakout. There's no real basing breakout on this. So I would not be in this stock. And if it gaps up, my only trade idea for oil and gas tomorrow, I hope you guys are ready. Fuck PBF. All right, you know what? We'll look at PBF. We'll look at PBF in just a minute. But look, guys, VG, okay? VG. If this gaps up tomorrow due to all of the fear that prices are going to go skyrocket, we're going to need to find all this extra oil, and it's, you know, whatever, however you come up with this. Let's say we get a gap up in this stock tomorrow, VG. It gaps way up. That to me would be an episodic pivot, okay? Everybody would be looking for the faster stocks, and this is a newer IPO, very close to breaking new all-time highs at 2550, which is a psychological number. So if we can gap up to or above that, I think an opening range breakout might be plausible for this, okay? So keep an eye on VG. That's the only oil and gas stock that I got that is worth your attention. We can look at EQT, RRC, AR, CRK. We can look at all that shit. But I'm telling you, it's nothing. Okay, they're not fast. I need a fast stock. Now, we're going to look at PBF. This is more of a joke than anything, because when B. Stewie first started hanging out with me on this show, and we were just in Discords and hanging out, it was like all the way back here, dude. Like 2000 what? We were looking at 2018. Like, was it? No way. No. We were pulling data from 2018 for over here. Okay, that makes more sense. But yeah, you know, I remember you were looking at all this. But yeah, PBF below a 200-day moving average. We're not looking at PBF. Like I said, guys, it does move faster though. I did ask for a faster moving stock, and you gave it to me, 5.2%. But below a 200-day moving average, not my kind of trade. And I know you were just doing that to mess with me, so F you. Now crypto, guys. We already talked about crypto. We already talked about Bitcoin. It made a new lower low. If you're looking at crypto coins, if you're looking to short, if you're looking to long, some of my crypto names right now, MSTR, WULF, that's below a 200-day moving average. Coin's a big one. Why? Being a huge pop here. Huge pop on catalyst, on news, folks. And you can see it capitulated much, much higher. So keep an eye on coin. CRCL is a part of that. And then, of course, you have your IBIT, which is gapping down today. So let's see. HMR, something I bought a day trade and decided to keep, never added to it, just held it instead of placing a stop. Well, I hope that that's a good sign. My G says AR. Let's take a look at AR really quick. What is this music? Do you guys hear this music? Let me change this. I feel like let me delete this one. I feel like I'm SpongeBob SquarePants pineapple. All right, let's get back to it, folks. All right, here we go. HMR. So HMR or AR. Let's look at AR. So AR is in what? Let me take a peek at gander. What is this music, guys? I'm sorry, it's killing me. I can't do it. I don't know where it's coming from. We're gonna play this song. I know this one's good. Here we go. All right, let's not get too distracted here. 17 votes this week. The market will close above. 59% of you say green above. That is a good sign. Here is AR, absolutely scrumptious as it is breaking new all-time highs at 43.78. If we zoom out, I guess it's not new all-time highs. It looks like the bigger picture shows that Ontario Resources has been at these prices before, but it is showing some EPS and sales growth. Let's take a look or better look into this. It looks like their sales growth quarterly looking well as they're gaining some profits. Annually, it's got a little all over the place. So not sustainable growth at first look, but you can see sustainable trend for absolutely sure. So that's a nice sign. This thing moves 2.9%, so much, much slower than the stocks I like to play. But you know, I can see what you see here as you have this huge, huge base that it finally broke out of, and it could definitely climb much higher. You don't hear music? Oh, it's very low. I can turn up the music. I'm just worried that it's gonna be too loud all of a sudden. How about that? Let me know. If that's too loud, let me know. I love this. This is the kind of chill music we need right here. And thank you for posting that link tree. The old beefy stew's always coming through. If you guys want to see more on me, right here is my link. That's Twitter, that's your X account. TradingView, you want the best trading platform. This is what I use. Right now I'm showing you my brokerage because that's where I set up all the accounts. But I love this TradingView. Click on this, help me out if you get an upgrade on that. And then of course, if you are a true friend or just a dear follower and you want to see more of me and what I do in my normal life, just because I'm not big on social media, but I do post to my Snapchat, just fun things to my friends and family, and once in a while on my story. So if you want to be more a part or see more of what I do each and every day, you can see more of the family kind of stuff that I do. That's Snapchat. Go ahead and follow me on that. Thank you for posting that, Beefy Stew. Appreciate you. Now, so let's do, we went to crypto. Okay, so the last but not least, guys, is quantum. Now, QTUM is going to be your quantum ETF. QTUM. And if you look at this ETF, look at this beautiful area right here that it got through. So quantum computing, if you guys remember, it was hot. It pulled back during the tariffs. I mean, everything did. And we went into a 20% correction, or well over 20%. And you can see it's back up, and it's right at those new all-time highs, just within spitting distance of that 90.75, currently trading at 87.85, holding above a 21-day moving average, and retesting that basing breakout area. So it's looking very, very good to me. The stocks I have are RGTI, above a 50-day moving average. Doesn't look the best out of these. QBTS looks very tight right here, guys, holding that 30-day moving average, but I hate when a stock breaks its previous low. You know, if its first low is going to come down, I'd much rather it come down lower and hold a new higher low on its next. And you can see this one just broke below it, but still very tightening range right here. And I want to be alerted at 1626. IONQ, I talked about this, guys. It broke through its trend at that $40 area. I did not take it. I'm a wimp. And the reason why I say that is because when I look at the overall market, I get this I get this feeling that we're gonna pull back. And I'm trying to trade the charts here, but I just exited a huge position in Hood. I'm sure anybody in the Discord is very well aware. I was obsessing over it for a short period of time. Very stressful, but I'm happy I'm risk off now on that trade, and I'm letting the last half ride. So I've locked in those profits. I feel good. So now I'm able to look and dive deeper and take the trades I want to. IONQ, one of the top of the watch list. I want to see what volume's like. Maybe an open range breakout for me tomorrow. I'm going to see what the market looks like when we open at market open. QUBT is another watcher. It's still well above that 10-day moving average, but I think it still needs time to digest in this area. And ARQQ, absolute rip city here. Just be careful with this one. It's a 8.5% mover, but I don't know why it's even on. I think I just found this one. I need to do more research on it, okay? So that's what I got for you guys. That's quantum, crypto, oil and gas, battery, semiconductors, cybersecurity, autonomous vehicle, nuclear, and gold. So if you guys have something that you want me to look at, you need to put it in the chat right meow, because now is the time that we get down to the nitty gritty. If you got a stock that you want me to take a look at, like SPOT, absolute beautiful, but I haven't categorized it. Look at this. I know Torque was talking about this. Basing breakout right here. Look, it did the damn thing. It formed a base and then it broke out of that base. Now trading at 707.42. Spots looking very juicy here. There's quite a few other stocks that we could look at. Let's take a look at Netflix, our beginner leader. Still, look at this. Netflix, still the leader in this market, still above a 10-day moving average. Good gracious, this thing is still kicking ass and taking names. I didn't expect this. I expected to see Netflix kind of pull back a little bit, I guess. But, I mean, since its earnings, guys, this thing has been rip city, holding the market, kicking ass, taking names. NBIS, let's take a look at it, B. Stewie. Yes, NBIS looks absolutely phenomenal. Let's a little bit deeper dive on this. NBIS. If we look at NBIS on the bigger time, this isn't the right stock. NBIS. Is this the right stock? Oh, okay, that's why. All right, so here we go. Above a 200-day moving average, you can see it's getting tight right here. What I don't like is the financials. Garbage. Absolute garbage on the financials. No EPS growth. Barely any sales growth here. So not something I want, but this, it looks like, let's see, technology company that provides infrastructure and service to AI builders worldwide. So it is in the AI, and I'm sure this is an extremely fast mover. Let's just take a look. 6.8%, not that fast, but it looks good right here. I see why you like it. It's a nice flag up here after a nice little cup here. Cup, handle, pop, flag. So, let's see. Oh, I wonder if that could be considered a high tight flag. It's gotta trade sideways for another couple of days, but I think that's considered a high tight flag. It started its trend from here. And look, it's a newer IPO too, so it's new all-time highs. No, it's not. It just switched my thing. No, is it? Let me look at the other chat. Well, no, it's showing from 2012 on here. All right, so I got different data. It's no big deal. Yeah, I like NBIS. This looks good. It looks good right here. Right here. Anything below this, though, I wouldn't like it, right? Like so that's proper risk reward, right? Right there is proper risk reward. It just needs to get some volume. Obviously, I'd much rather see better EPS and sales growth. It's just a little wonky. But yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Let's set an alert right here. All right, what else we got? INOD, what up, my G? INOD, let's see what we got here. Zoom it out on this bad baby. Yes, INOD, this looks really nice here. What is this stock here? Let's take a little peeky gander and see what we got. So it is the data processing and technology services. The EPS and the sales growth look absolutely phenomenal, and they have what seems to appear to be, wow, 6-month base. This is what I've been looking for. Where the hell have you been my whole life, my G? This is exactly what I'm looking for. Let me go let me just set this up. INOD in the technology services. INOD. INOD. All right, I got it. INOD. Yeah, this thing looks beautiful, man. So it looks like it's been around for a while, but look at this. Ton of volume here, trading sideways, got EPS and sales growth, forming a base right here in this area. But you have to, I gotta say this, it's a little choppy. It's a little choppy. This is nice and tight. This is what you wanna see. This is right where you wanna trade. Now it's getting real choppy up here at this base. So I would love to see INOD get really, really tight here. So let me show you best case scenario on INOD. So right here, we have this beautiful basing area. Let me just do this. We draw a line right, yeah, okay? And now watch this. Best case scenario, we just get tight right here. Right here, get tight, make another new higher low. So you have all this trend, another new higher low somewhere in here. I don't care where, just making a newer higher low. Not that one, making a new higher low, even right here. I'm okay with it. Give it some time. I think this thing's getting ready to yeet skeetily do. I'm gonna set my alert on INOD because if we get a ton of volume right here in this area, it still could go. I would have to reduce my risk size because I don't like that, it's not being tight. You want to see, like this would be okay because you're getting inside days. But when you get these inside days and then it rips down, comes halfway back up, makes a new low, chops around, rips way up. I mean, it's just choppy right now. This is what I would want to see. All this chop and then get really, really tight. And if I was in this trade right now, because I took like, let's say a trend breakout here of some sorts, let's just say we took a trend breakout right through here. I can't draw. I took a trend breakout right through here or something and we got in. Not typical of me, but I'm just trying to make a story here. Then I would be okay. I'm using this low of day and then I'm just holding through all this chop waiting for the base breakout. But I'm waiting for the base breakout. I like INOD. I really appreciate you bringing that to my list. I did not have this, and this is one of those that you just gotta thank the community. You gotta thank my Gee. He's in the building. Let's go. PB as well, yeah. So PB would be a good one. No, PB, this thing's just trading sideways. So PB's been trading sideways since 2013. So that's not a stock I don't want to be a part of. It does move faster. It does move faster. I will give you that, and I do appreciate that. 5.4%. But when you got a stock that just trades sideways like this, you can't trade it. No, what else we got? Jolene says, mine too. I like the longer base. Yes! Jolene, let's go. You like the longer bases too? Let's go. Absolutely love I like the base on NVIDIA. That's what I always go back to. It used to be 500 base. It is now the 50 base after the split. But look at this base. That's what you want to see, folks. This is the base. It's all about that base. No trouble, baby. Look at that. What does this look like? Let's look at AEVA. Remember that base. Look. Oh, I'm looking at the weekly. My bad. Throw it back to the daily, max daily. What does this look like? It looks like NVIDIA's weekly. Look at that. That's what we want, people. New higher lows, basing breakout. And then what happens at the basing breakout? Volume. Let's go. It's that simple. It's that simple. Find the hot sectors, identify which way the market's running, find the leaders in those hot sectors, identify the base or the trend breakout, find proper risk management, and then make money. After you have your structure, your rules that are in place, and guys, I gotta show you something. Check this shit out. Check this out. This was my original rules I found. This was what, it's got all my kids' stuff on it right now, but it says, check this out. 3 trades only. This is when I first started. 3 trades only, accumulation long, resistance short, support longs. $30 max loss, $10 risk per trade. If you can't do that, you're not destined to win. You are not destined to win. If you cannot reduce your share size until you can learn how to trade so you can be on top of your game, know that you're playing a proper structure, then you need to just sit back, relax, and calm the F down. Chill your tits, okay? Because you're gonna lose a ton of money. But if you come, you show up every Sunday, you're willing to work, you finally get invited to the Discord that you've been hearing about, well, guess what? Then you're gonna start learning. Then you're gonna start soaking up even more knowledge. Then you're gonna stop taking parabolics. You're gonna start trading actual strategies. You're gonna have risk management in mind and you're gonna make that money. Just like, yes, the lo-fi days, baby. Let's go. Let's see, could be head and shoulder. We have more, we would have to measure INOD. Oh yeah, it could be, it could be head and shoulders. I think head and shoulders are, to me, when I see head and shoulders, I want to see a big move up followed by a pullback, sustaining buy power, a bigger move up when, really down here it's just forming a base, But yeah, it could be head and shoulders. I don't know. I'm not an expert on head and shoulders. Knees and toes. But anyway, guys, you got to follow your rules. You got to get yourself a plan. I don't care what it is. My plan was as simple as that. There's 3 trades that I'm allowed to take a day, and I was day trading at the time, and there was 3 types of trades I would play, and long story short, here I am. I'm a swing trader now. I take traded base and trend breakouts, momentum trader, and there's a reason for it, because I like to make money, and that's how I make money. Maybe it's not how you make money, but that's how I make money. And if you want to learn how I make money, there's a few different ways. First of all is hitting that like and that subscribe. Second of all is, of course, if you want to get caught up on this, If you haven't been trading for very long, or maybe you have, you just want to refine your technique, or you want to know more about my trading or the psychology behind it, just reach out to me at David Worrell, the number 8 at gmail.com, and we can work out the details in full. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Absolutely love each and every one of you. We have a lot of awesome people out there, so make sure you share this with your mama, because we are going to end this poll. Green, baby, green. Everybody says green, and I love green, baby. Green. I hope you guys have an awesome night, and you guys know after I will give you a shout out, baby. So stay for the shout out, and keep on smashing that emote. If you guys see at the bottom right, there's an emote. It's nothing but love. I'll start hitting it. You guys start clicking it. Let's get the numbers up, baby. Stay till the end. You guys know I absolutely love you. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Mom, I have no idea how you are doing right now. Thank you so much. Joseph, thank you so much for being so supportive in our Discord, dude. I love what you are doing in there. I love the ideas. I love how we disagree on some things. I love the different ideas in there, Joseph. Thank you so much for being there. Jimmy Bright, as always, dude, you are always here. You are always kicking ass. You are so damn supportive. I absolutely love you, Jimmy. Thank you so much. Mo Doc, dude. You keep showing up. You keep kicking ass. I appreciate you being here, and thank you so much for all your chatting in here, dude. I absolutely love it. Squad, baby. Squad Beef Stewie, thank you for being here. Jolene, you know I absolutely love how much dedication you have to this channel and learning, and how you have been sharing all of your opening range breakouts with us. You've been kicking ass and taking names. Absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to see what 5 years does to you. I'm not sure which one's loud. The music? Was it the music? I hope you guys could still hear me to it, because I'm bleeding my heart out to you. I'm telling you I love you. I hope each and every one of you know it. Zamora, thank you for being here. Baby, I'm proud of you. You keep showing up. You're going to keep on learning. My G, JFA, also known as My G, thank you for being here. Absolutely love the work you're doing behind the scenes. Love that you're keeping me motivated. I hope I'm keeping you motivated as well. Libby Franchuk, thank you for being here. I just want to say the whole thing. I want to say Libby Franchuk, whatever, Timbuktu, whatever I remember when you first joined, it was a very long name, and I liked it much, much better. But I'm happy you're here. Thank you for showing up. You're awesome. Wow, we got a lot of you tonight, and I'm so pumped about that. Carl Burr, as always, thank you for being not just a member, but always chatting in here and sharing with us what you have. And Norman, let's go. 5 months. It's been 5 months, Norman. You're going strong, brother. I absolutely love it. And I just wanted to give everybody else a huge shout out too. I want to say thank you. I know I took a week off. Life threw me a curveball. You guys seriously are awesome. You're so supportive in the Discord. I feel like shit when I can't do these shows, and I had to take a whole week off. We're back, baby. Let's kick some ass, let's make some money, and let's take some names, baby. We'll see you guys next Sunday, baby. And Wednesdays will be starting up very, very soon. Hope you guys have a good night. Thanks.